I really don't like quarterbacks, yo. Like
What do you got against
not
quarterbacks?
there's something about doing fantasy and like it's just so weird. Like I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just need to fix it. I feel like the weakest part of me being a really, really good fantasy player is how I treat quarterback
You
every
don't value it.
single
You do not value quarterback,
year, bro.
and it
Every
bites you
year.
a lot.
It does bite me. It makes me have to work a lot harder than I really need to work. But that's where I'm best. It don't matter. We are back one more time, Ace, and my man BQ, my man with the, I'm saying he stayed with the fly glasses. Don't you're not gonna you know, I'm not gonna I'm gonna say it for him. He not gonna do it. I'm gonna say it for him. He stayed with the good. Look at him. You know what I'm saying? He stayed with a couple $100 on his face. You feel me? But I'm gonna chill. We gonna
Hey, hey,
get
hey,
here.
hey, hey,
I'm gonna
hey,
chill.
hey,
I'm
hey,
chilling. You my man's. I'm gonna make my
hey,
man sound good. Don't worry about that.
hey. Couple hundred don't cover it, man.
Oh, I'm
Like
so
all jokes aside,
sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so
if I'm
sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't ever say my
occupational hazard, occupational hazard. Let's
don't
get to
ever
work.
say my alley oop
Let's
game
get
is
no, no,
not.
no. Get
Don't
yeah,
ever say.
my man.
Don't
That was
ever
not
say my
necessary though.
alley oop game is
I,
not beautiful. Don't worry about it. I don't care if it's necessary or not. You getting it, baby. We out here.
my man. Hey, let's get to it. Let's get to it because I want to get
we
to
are,
quarterback.
we are
I'm
back.
excited about quarterback.
You're
Unlike
excited
you,
about
I like
quarterback.
QB.
I know
QB
you
flips the
do.
league for me every year.
It does.
Every year.
It
Because
does.
I value quarterback. I value it.
You do. And you know what? This year I'm valuing quarterback. This year I
Kind of.
am.
Kind
I
of.
am.
Give it
Listen,
to week 4.
I am,
Give it
bro.
to week 4.
I am. I held on to my key. Listen, we're gonna get that to that at the end.
We're gonna get to everything.
We're
We're gonna
gonna
get to
get to
everything. We're gonna cover
everything.
everything.
We're back one more time. My man BQ. I'm Ace. We appreciate y'all coming in again, locking in with us. We are just here to give you as much game as possible, whether we want to give you the game or not. You're gonna get it because we're gonna do it the right way. We're here for quarterback, man. Quarterback is it's the position that people reach for the most. I think once one quarterback goes, a run is going to go in a snake draft, that type of thing. It's the it's the position that's the most fluctuated in salary cap drafts versus what people value, the top guys versus the middle guys. We're here to give you all the game that we know how to give while giving you our tiers. Let's hop right in. I'll go
Uh,
first. I'm
Go
cool
ahead
with
first.
that.
I know what this go. I know where this is
My
going.
tier one is one human being and one human being only.
The greatest fantasy player ever, apparently. Like in
The
the history
greatest
of fantasy, this is
single
about to be the
season
greatest ever.
quarterback
According
season,
to him, not me. I'm not saying all that. He's saying it.
the single greatest quarterback season in fantasy history. And I simply feel Josh. Yeah, I see 40 passing touchdowns. I see double digit rushing touchdowns. I see 43, 44, 100 passing, close to 1,000 rushing, just unleashing unbelievable craziness out there. It's just a feel. He had the fourth best quarterback year in the Super Bowl era last year. And it didn't really, really feel like it because he had a few weeks. He had a few random dud weeks
Hmm.
last year, and it still got to him number four. I just don't feel that any of these dud weeks are coming. I don't see it.
Okay. Okay. So I agree that Josh Allen is going to be incredible. I think he's
Okay.
going to be absolutely amazing. I'm just not going that far.
Okay.
That's all. Like I don't
Right.
want to knock Josh at
You're
all
not
because his
saying the
year is
best
going to be
ever. There's nothing
exactly.
wrong
I'm
with
just
that.
not saying the best ever. He is going to have a huge year. I fully expect he will win league MVP.
Okay.
I think that 40 passing touchdowns is possible. I think that 10 rushing touchdowns is possible. I don't see him doing both. So I am more of the belief that he's going to throw for about 40 to 44, but
Okay.
I think he's going to run for less this year, somewhere in the, I don't know, 4 or 5. I think they're going to try to limit his running just a bit. He's at that point now where he's got that major money, he's got that major investment. I just
He
think they're
does.
going to try to limit him a little. You can't limit what he does, obviously, but they may try
Right.
to be a little bit smarter. But he's going to have a huge year, just not the best ever. That's all.
Okay. I got you. Tier one for you.
Josh Allen. He's awesome.
Ah,
Just
you
not the
feel
best
me?
ever. Yeah. That's why I'm like, I'm not going to knock the man. The man is going to have a huge year.
Yeah.
I just don't see best ever, but
Okay.
he's going to have a huge year. So, I
He-
mean, Josh Allen,
He's in
he's
a
the
tier
guy.
alone for you as well.
He is he is in a tier alone, and it
Okay.
was not particularly difficult for me. For me,
Right.
it just wasn't. It was like, okay, I'm looking at everything. The only player that traditionally I would have put in his tier would have been Pat Mahomes. The Tyreek Hill thing, he's still going to be great, but the Tyreek Hill thing, just
Okay.
I'm not feeling it. So it's Josh Allen than everybody else.
Okay. Um, you're tier two. I'm intrigued
My
now.
my tier two, just a few guys. Honestly, I really think that there is a pretty big gap this year. I think there are many quarterbacks who are going to be really productive, but I think that the truly elite ones, there's going to be a clear line between them and everyone else. I have Justin Herbert. I think he is going to be great. He is already a great quarterback. Something about that offense and that team, they are always in a close game. It's never like they're going to take their pedal off the metal.
Right.
They're just going to go for it all the time. He has all the weapons he needs. I just think he's going to have a huge year. I think he is going to lead the league in passing. I 5K is a lot, but I think he's going to be very close to it if he does not surpass 5,000 yards this year. I think that offense is going to throw a lot, and I
Okay.
think he's going to be very good and very efficient with it. He doesn't throw a lot of silly interceptions. That's the thing that kills you. You have a great game, then he throws that one dumb interception. Those 2 points don't
Yeah.
seem like much, but it adds up.
It matters.
The margins are small. I like a quarterback who has really high upside with very little downside.
Okay.
I like Justin Herbert. Pat Mahomes losing Tyreek, it's not ideal. I just think he's amazing, and he's going to figure out a way to make it work and to make those receivers better. And I think that for all my hate of Juju, I do think he is a good wide receiver, not a great one, but I think he is a
Right.
good one. And I think with a truly great quarterback, he will produce well enough to keep that offense humming on the outside with Kelsey working on the inside.
Yeah, man.
And the last member of my tier two is Lamar Jackson.
Mm.
I think he's bouncing back big this year. The extra weight was bothering me. Then I saw him come into camp today, and I'm like, okay, he's bigger, but he's not as swole as those pictures made him look out to be.
Right.
Where I had to
Right.
worry whether his flexibility is what it is. I think he's going to have a huge year. I think he's 3,500 yards and 1,000 rushing. I think is well within play.
I agree.
Somewhere in the 40 total touchdown range. I just think Lamar's going to have a huge year coming off that disappointment last year. I think that Baltimore offense is going to be better than people expect, in large part because
Hmm.
I think Bateman is going to be better than people expect.
I like Bateman
And
a lot.
Mark Andrews is going to keep things humming, get J.K. Dobbins back with Lamar. It's going to get scary very quickly if the offensive play calling keeps up with what they're capable of.
Okay. I
You got
like
to
that.
open it up. You got to open it up and trust them.
You have to let Lamar. That they have to treat Lamar like Buffalo treats Josh Allen. Just Lamar go out there and do what you do. They just let Josh do what he does, and it's unstoppable. I think Lamar's the same way. My tier two is one guy, Justin Herbert. Um,
Oh,
I think
okay.
Justin Herbert is going to have the season that you're saying with the separation between him and when I'll get into my tier three, I think is enough to put him in his own. I think Justin Herbert's going to have the
I can
year
see
that
it.
you're saying that he has, only because the guys behind him don't have as much to work with as he does.
That's fair.
I
That's absolutely
think
fair.
I think Keenan Allen is going to. We both have Keenan Allen very high in our wide receiver ranks. We both have Austin Eckler very high, and what makes him great is his receiving. Um, Mike Williams got paid. He's going to take a step forward.
He's in my
He's
top 20.
he's
Yeah,
going to be very good. And another year of Herbert in the same offense, I just think he is going to be in a tier above everyone else, just not in the tier with Josh, obviously. So I have him in his own tier, tier two. My tier three is four guys. Starts with Patrick Mahomes. I have him at number three. Everything
okay.
you said, he's too good. I don't think losing one player is going to negate how good he is. It's going to negate his ceiling, but his floor is still going to be a Patrick Mahomes floor with the ability to prove like he's going to have a little chip on his shoulder. Everybody saying we lost Tyreek, you're not going to be. I think Patrick.
I
steps
just
up and gets there.
no argument on Pat. I just want to bookmark that point of losing a guy, turning an elite quarterback into a non-elite quarterback. I just want to bookmark that point because we're
Okay.
going to circle back to it in a bit.
We are, and I think I see where you're going. Um, so this tier starts with Patrick Mahomes. I have Joe Burrow after him.
Okay,
I have Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, ending with Tom Brady.
so that is five,
So that's four
six.
guys.
No,
Mahomes.
no, 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 no. Total, total. You're
Six
at six
total.
guys. Six
Six
guys.
total.
Okay,
Tier three, Mahomes, Burrow. Burrow, I just feel like he has everything that you're saying about Chase and how I feel about Higgins. Combining the two, plus, I mean, they were just in the Super Bowl. They know what it feels like. I think there's going to be something that clicks with that entire team.
hmm
You're higher on Mixon than I am, but I'm high on Mixon because of how well he works out of the backfield as well. I think I think that's a top three, top four offense and led by Burrow. And I think Burrow's got every tool to push that 47, 4,800 yard, 40 touchdown year in them.
okay,
Lamar, I have behind those guys because while I do think Bateman's going to be very good, I mean, but Baltimore loves to run the ball. They love to run the ball. And if Dobbins is back healthy, I think it's going
that's
to
fair.
cap a lot of what Lamar does because they just love to run the ball. And then
I
Brady,
think that
man,
I think
go ahead.
Lamar's touchdowns might be bananas though. That's
I
the
think
one thing. I think the touchdowns might be
I think
bananas
that's
this year.
fair. I think that's fair because Mark Andrews showed last year he's that guy now. Um, and in the red zone, he's unbelievable. I'm high on Bateman as well. And I think Lamar's pissed. Like Lamar's been quiet this offseason. He hasn't really said much.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, he's pissed. They haven't paid the
they
man.
haven't. Why he's
How
at
you
camp?
pissed?
Because he's at camp, bro. Because he's at camp. They haven't paid him because of
And look
leverage.
at
He
Kyler.
has it.
Kyler's sitting here like first week of the offseason, like, I'll go. Y'all can trade me. You gonna pay me or
Yeah,
trade me, but
I'll
y'all gonna
leave.
fix it. You better
That's it.
fix it.
And they fixed it. All Lamar has to do is say, sit at home. What else you gonna do? But he's not going to. He's just gonna show up there.
He's not.
Now,
He's not.
and then Brady, man, I don't know, man. Until he's not Brady, I gotta put him here. That's really that simple for me.
I'd rather be
Until
late on Brady because I've doubted him before. Like I can't doubt him. I'm just gonna be a year late on Tom Brady. Whenever it
that's it.
falls off, I will be a year late. That's fine.
That's it. Until
That's
he's
fine.
until LeBron's not LeBron, until Tom Brady's not Tom Brady, he's there. Um, Lamar losing Hollywood is interesting though. Um, he's another guy who will bookmark, Lamar with Hollywood. Obviously, we got the Tyreek with Mahomes, but that's the end of my tier three. I'm at six
All
guys
right.
through three tiers because I just feel like
Okay.
the
So
separation at the top is different.
my tier three starts with Joe Burrow, so he is my number five.
Okay.
I love Burrow this year for all the reasons you said. I really don't have to say anything other than listen to what he just said. Number six, I have Kyler. Um,
Mm.
I don't believe in Cliff Kingsbury as a head coach. I do believe in what he can do for a team offensively. I do think Kyler fits what he wants to do perfectly. I do like the addition of Hollywood Brown.
Okay.
I just think Kyler's going to be great. I think they're going to end up 9-8 or 10-7, not be that impressive overall as a team, but he's going to put up monster numbers. He's going to run. He's going to throw. The big thing, as far as him not potentially being higher, is James Conner is the guy in the red zone now, whereas previously it had been Kyler and he was getting all that red zone work. By about
Right.
midway through last season, they really started leaning towards James Conner, and I expect that to continue because it was so effective. Um, the third guy in my tier three and the final guy in my tier three, so my tier three is done after seven, is Dak Prescott.
Okay.
I am admittedly down on my Cowboys. I really am. But the more I dig into it, the offense is going to be really good. I mean, it just is
Okay.
what it is. They lost Amari, but the offense is going to be really good. I think the offensive line is going to be better. Dak was not the same after he hurt his calf last year. They should have rested him longer. He
Right.
was just not the same. You look at the numbers, and if you didn't know when he missed, you would just look at the numbers and say, what happened right there?
What happened right there? What
He's
happened right there?
healthy. Everything seems to say he looks good. I don't like the fact that he lost Amari, but I do think CD is ready to step up.
Okay.
I also think the other receivers are going to do just enough. Like, it's not even a huge belief in Michael Gallup, but I think that they've added just enough pieces that he's going to get a little bit of everything everywhere, and I think he's still going to have some of that rushing added value. So
Okay.
I just think that after Dak, I think there is a gap for one reason or another versus everybody else.
Okay. Okay. I can appreciate that. Jalen Tolbert is interesting to me too. I hear a lot of interesting thing about that Tolbert kid coming out of Dallas.
We didn't get to
Um,
him last episode with wide receivers, but he is
yeah,
one of my sleepers this year that I
yeah,
like as a stash and see how it goes.
yeah, 100%. Because Dak spreads the ball around. He likes to get the guys who get open. Everything I'm hearing about Tolbert that it's good. My tier four goes from 7 down to 14. So I have, you
I'm
know,
at 14 after tier 4 as well.
okay. Um, my tier four starts at number 7, Jalen Hurts. Um,
Okay.
yeah, they've surrounded him with enough talent, with his natural ability to stay upright. I don't think he's terribly inaccurate. I don't think he's I don't think his leash is as short as people say it is,
I agree
as
with you
well.
there. I agree with you
And
there.
so I think he'll come into the to this year comfortable. Adding AJ Brown, you have a healthy
Huge
Miles
addition.
Sanders, you have
Huge
Devontae
addition.
Smith now not getting doubled as the best guy. Dallas Goddard has emerged as one of the top tight ends in this league. I just think Hurts as a fantasy quarterback is going to have a monster fantasy quarterback year. It may not look magnificent in real life, but it doesn't have to. All we care about is the numbers. I
We're
have Rogers at
accountants. It's just
one.
football accounting.
It's just
That's all
numbers.
we're
That's
doing. That's
all it
all we're
round.
doing.
All that matters is numbers. I have Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. Then I
Is
get
that
to
your
that.
top 10 right there? Russell
Seven, eight.
Wilson?
No, Russell's 9. Dak finishes me at 10.
Okay, fair enough.
Um, Russ is above Dak because of I just feel like this is like Russ has been missing the ability to be Russ. And I think
How
Denver
so? How so?
because Pete Carroll is weird and wants to run the ball too much. Like he's just
Yeah, but
it's weird how the play
it's
calling is
also weird
weird.
how he keeps falling off in the second half of the
It
season.
does, dude, bro. It's a very good point. That's why Russ isn't higher for
It
me.
keeps happening. Yeah, it keeps happening.
That's why he's not higher for me because I
To
like
be
Cortland
clear,
Sutton
I have
probably
him
more than you
basically
do.
but I like Judy more than you do. I like their
But you like
receivers
Judy,
as a whole.
right?
As a whole, I
I
like their
right.
receivers.
We both love Tim Patrick. We both think he's going to be really good. Um, I love Javante in the backfield. I love that offense how it fits with Russ, and that defense is going to be really good. So they're going to get a lot more possessions than they did with that. Seattle's defense has been bad the last couple of years. So I feel like they'll
That's
get
fair.
shorter
That's
fields
fair.
in Denver. I think that equals more touchdowns for us. Plus, you get the run. He's the smartest runner in the league for me. He's the
Absolutely.
one and things
Absolutely.
like that. So
He
he's
will
gonna
not take that hit.
one hundred
He will
percent,
not take that
one
hit,
hundred
and I love
percent,
to see it.
and
He
his
will not
baseball
take that hit.
slide is
It's
top two with
impeccable.
Kyler. It's unbelievable, bro.
It's
It's
legitimately impeccable. Like he slides,
unbelievable.
and then he is standing up
And then
before you
it's
realize he was down.
little things like that
It's
matter to
low
me,
key
bro.
dope. It's
I
low
want my
key just
quarter.
dope as hell.
I want my quarterbacks to just get
Yeah,
down, get right back on up and good. I just feel like I feel like Russ has another elite year in him, and I think it's now. Um, Dak, for everything that you said, I do think the loss of Amari drops him down a little bit,
that's fair.
just because I haven't seen
Completely
him
fair.
a full year without him. Um, at this,
The last time we saw Dak without Amari after they let go of Dez. Dak
yeah,
was not impressive at
right,
all. I just
right.
think that CD is going to be better than Amari's going to be
So do
going
I.
forward. So
So do I. 100%. Um, I have Matt Stafford. I have Kirk
okay,
Cousins,
Kirk
which gets
Cousins,
me
you
to
have
12.
where?
At 12, I
Okay,
think
you said
Cousins.
that this tier goes to 14, right?
It does.
Okay, all
Hi,
right, continue. Yeah, no, no.
hi,
I think Kirk Cousins. We've talked about it. We
yep,
think that Vikings offense is going to be amazing.
it's going to be
I
legit.
am. I am generally with you with Cousins. I am actually shocked by how similar my tiers are. So please finish out your tier because I'm shocked by how close these things are.
Last two in this tier for me goes Kyler here,
Okay.
and then Derek Carr finishes this tier for me. Um, I
Let me
couldn't put
think.
Derek Carr in the tier below. Just adding Devontae Adams means you get
Can
a
we
bump.
rewind for a second?
Yep. Kyler at 13 for me.
No, 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 no. So at the top of this tier, you had
Jalen Hurts.
Hurts, and then who?
Rodgers.
Hurts 7, Rogers 8. Okay, cool,
Yep.
cool, cool, cool. All
Yep.
right, fair,
Roger.
fair enough.
Yep. Rodgers, I just have to see him not be like Rodgers has lost weapons before. Now Devontae Adams is unbelievable, but Rodgers has lost guys before, and he's still been Rodgers. Um, Now this is different because Alan Lazard is your number one wide receiver. If you're gonna be the Aaron Rodgers that's coming in doing like I just feel like there's a chip on Aaron Rodgers' shoulder saying, "Watch how good I am," and I think he's gonna prove it, but not prove it to be
If
there.
we think he is going to be that good, there's no reason that neither of us had Alan Lazard in say our top 35, 40 wide receivers.
I
Can't
just
have it
think,
both ways. Can't have it
dude,
both ways. Or is he
dude,
just going to spread it out that much?
100%. I
Okay, fair
absolutely think
enough.
he just finds the open guy. Randall Cobb is going to have these random good games. Aaron Jones, I love out of the backfield this year. I think they're going to
Absolutely.
run a lot for him.
Okay.
I think Tunyon is going to come back and be like, there's a
So
rapport there.
did we ever
I
like
just
settle that? Is he Tanyan or Tunyon? Did we ever
I'm calling him
completely
Tunyon.
settle that?
His
All
mama
right.
named him Tunyon. I'm gonna call him Tunyon. I
Are we
think his
cool if
mama
we
named
name
him
him
Tunyon.
Tunyon? That's the thing. Do we know?
It's Tunyon, bro. I'm
All
not
right.
calling him Tanyan. Tanyan sound it feels weird. Like my mouth's open too long and shit. Your name's Tunyon. And then we're going. Kyler's at 13 for me.
That's by where I have him. That's low because I have him six.
You have him
That's
six.
that's the big disparity.
I have Kyler this low for two reasons. Um, One, DeAndre Hopkins at his best is a monster, monster, monster wide receiver.
That's
He's
true.
and Kyler without him for the first half of his year, I think we're going to see. And I don't know how good of a wide receiver all around Hollywood Brown is. I don't think
Neither do
bringing
I. I think he's going to be productive. I don't know that I
yeah,
think he is good. I think he will be
100%.
productive.
Who's his go-to guy? He doesn't have Hopkins. Who's his go-to? Zach Ertz. Everybody was dead on Zach Ertz until he got to Arizona and put up numbers. But now he's another year in, another year older. I'm not on the Zach Ertz is back fully trained.
That's fair.
Rondell Moore I like. So the just what it's just the weapons there. And two, it's something about Kyler. He just doesn't seem to love playing football. Like he just
Nah, he
doesn't seem
doesn't.
happy out there, dude.
Nah,
And
chances are
that
baseball is his first love.
it is. And
But
he
just
doesn't
like we are fantasy football, we're accounting. He can account on things too. Those numbers are
230
those
million
numbers.
two hundred thirty
Yeah,
million dollars
yeah.
means I'll be
Like
all right.
you
I'll
might
figure it
make
out.
230 million baseball, but you got to be really good for a
You,
really long time to
you
get
do.
that kind of money.
You do.
And
He's got
Kyler's
160
profile
guaranteed
as a
years.
player isn't the type that's going to get you that kind of money playing baseball. He
I
did the
agree.
math. He did the math. Good
He
for
did.
him.
He did.
You know what?
Um,
Personally, I don't care if you love the game or not. Do you go out and do your job well? You gotta love your
I
job.
feel you. I feel you.
95% of people can't stand what they do.
I,
Are you good at it?
Absolutely.
I don't
Are
care
you
if you
good?
like it. I don't care if you're miserable when you go home.
Can you do it
Cry
well?
in a pile of money for all I care. All right? Like, I don't give a shit if he's happy. I know that sounds bad. I am a spectator.
Uh
I don't care how you
yeah.
feel about it.
It's just
But
something about
all
the
jokes aside,
outlook.
I do see the
Yeah.
downside to Kyler. I'm just betting more on the upside. But I see the downside.
Yeah, it's
I do
fair.
want to discuss Carr though,
I
because
have Derek
Carr
Carr at
getting
the end
into
of
this
this tier,
tier,
man.
though
Yeah.
not surprising, I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, Carr for me, I mean, we love Hunter Renfro.
Absolutely.
We love Hunter Renfro. I
Yep.
think Darren Waller is going to come back with a little bit like Darren Waller. Everybody forgot
Darren Waller
Waller
wants
because
to
he was
get
hurt.
paid.
Darren
Apparently, he
Waller
wants to
wants
get
to get
paid.
paid.
He wants to get paid. Yeah. The
Right.
market's changed. He's making less
100%.
than David Njoku now. Nah, that ain't cool. That ain't it.
That's not how this
That ain't
goes.
it. That's not
That's
how
not
it
how
should
this
go.
goes.
It's
I
the Christian Kirk effect.
100%. That's why Tyreek
And
is in
Joku's
Miami. We talked
deal
about it.
has changed the market because if he's making 10 million and he ain't really
Where's my 14? Where's my 14? I think Waller
exactly.
has a top 3 tight end season this year.
I think he, I
Just
think he
because
if he didn't get hurt last year, he would have finished top three, top
he
four.
would
So
have.
that's
He'd have been
yeah, no,
unbelievable.
so
And
exactly.
now you add Devontae Adams to open all that up. Like I just feel like everything is just going to open up so beautifully for Carr. And I think Carr's a good quarterback.
I do too.
Now
I do too.
now he just has everything to lock himself in. I love that pass rush that they have, so they'll get some short fields, and then they've got a bunch of red zone monsters. Renfro in the red zone is excellent. He gets open, and then Adams, unbelievable.
He's everything that Julian Edelman was
Yeah,
without the
man.
New England hype machine behind it. Like Hunter
Yeah,
Renfro is legit. It is not a gimmick. He can play football. He gets
that
open.
kid is great.
He
That kid is
gets
really good
open. Despite the fact that he's not that fast, you rarely see him make really, really close contested catches because he's getting
because
open.
he's open. He's open. There's nobody within 2 yards of him, and he's getting this catches his yards. He's a 8 for 72 guy,
Yeah,
and
he's
that's all
got.
you need.
It's one of those things where it's not going to be that impressive, but he's going to get you the numbers. I agree on Derek Carr. Let me get to my
That's where
tier
I am.
four.
That's where I am.
So here's the shocking thing: through 4 tiers, we have the same amount of players. We're
Yep.
both at 14. We have the exact same 14. The orders are a
Wow.
bit different, but we have the exact same 14. I agree with everything you said about Derek Carr. He is at the bottom of this tier for me, but I didn't feel comfortable not including him in this tier.
One hundred
Um,
percent.
my tier four started with Jalen Hurts, as did yours. So I had him at 8. I had no issue with what you said. I then have Matthew Stafford. I think he's going to be super productive.
Yep.
Despite the conversation on Russell Wilson, I have him at number 10.
Okay.
Um, here's where things get a little cloudy depending on how much you have kept up with mine. I have Tom Brady down at 11. I
Okay.
think he is still going to be plenty good. I think he's going to be plenty productive. I think if you're talking about who's going to be the best quarterbacks this season, he's going to be one of the 5 best quarterbacks. But that's not necessarily a fantasy thing. He's going to win games. I think that Bucks team is going to be pretty good, and I think they're
Okay.
going to find themselves in cruise control a lot of the time and trying to limit how much Tom Brady gets hit. The
Okay.
man is still, however old he is at this point, I've truly lost track. He's going to be
42?
productive. I
43?
I just think that his numbers are going to dip a little bit from that
Okay.
unbelievable season he had last year. He was
Okay.
absolutely unreal last year. Um,
Oh,
here's
just to
where it
bookmark
gets
one more, just one thing.
yes,
I have Tom
please,
Brady as
please.
high as I do now because Lenny came in at 260.
That's fair. That's fair. I like to look at it as what Leonard Fournette did for that offense, opened up that passing game because they had to respect
That's
the
also very
run.
true. Yep.
But I did consider that. Like I absolutely did consider that. I just think they by about week 6 last year, teams had to respect the run. Like Leonard might not have been
That's very fair.
unbelievable, but he was getting 4 to 5 a pop on first down on a consistent basis, putting them in short yardage and putting them in good situations. If he can't do that, and those pass rushers are pitting their ears back, trying to hit old man Tom Brady, as good as
Right.
he is, the
Right.
one thing that has changed visibly is he doesn't want to get hit anymore,
No, 100%.
which is fine. You shouldn't be playing at this age. So if you don't
Absolutely
want to
not.
get hit, God bless. You shouldn't be playing. But he's unbelievable. So I got it.
Okay.
Number 12, another one where we had a pretty sharp disparity. I have Rodgers down at 12.
Okay. I can see it. It makes
He
sense.
didn't. He lost Devontae Adams. That's a huge loss. They didn't adequately replace him, but he also lost his number 2 receiver. He lost both his top receivers. I don't like that. I
Yeah.
don't like
Yeah.
that. And then he comes in with the weird tattoo on his forearm. Nobody knows what to make of it. Like he's on some my third eye is open shit that I'm not feeling right now.
Listen,
For
man.
all I know, his BS is why Devontae was like, yeah, Derek Carr, that sounds good. Vegas, perfect.
Listen. Kyrie gets shitted on every single week for doing the same shit Aaron Rodgers does. So
Now, you know what? I respect how Kyrie does it more because Kyrie will
I
stand
do
on that
too.
shit he says. He'll
100%.
stand on that shit.
Rodgers just like, you
Aaron
don't really
Rodgers,
understand, so I'm not going.
and you know, man, if you don't get the fuck out my face, like, just stand on that shit. Like, I don't care if you want the vax or not. I truly don't care. I am beyond the point of getting my feelings
Don't
hurt by it.
create an
Just
essential
stand on that
oil
shit.
rabbit
Just
hair
stand on
joint.
that shit.
Yeah,
Come
I'm
on.
inoculated or whatever he called it.
Come on,
Yeah,
bruh.
I'm
I know Jake from
immunized.
State Farm was looking at him funny as shit in the recordings. Like, this dude,
I'm
this dude,
immunized.
this
Like,
dude.
you don't get out my face,
I
dog.
think he is a great quarterback. I want to be clear. I'm not clowning him as a quarterback. I think he is one of the 10 best ever. I think he will be one of the 5 best this year. I just don't think that he will have a great fantasy year. The
Right.
fact that he will get this offense to the playoffs, in my opinion, will
Is
speak to his
yeah.
greatness.
Yeah.
but the numbers won't necessarily reflect it in that sort of
Okay.
way. And more to the point, I don't think the value is going to be there. I think that he's going to go for a price that he is not worth based on name. I'd like him more in this range. And quite honestly, my next player, I might prefer to take him for what I would get him for, which is Kirk Cousins, for
Love
all the
him.
reasons you said. I
Love him.
love him this year. I have him at number 13. I have Derek Carr at number
Derek
14
Carr
to
14.
round out the tier.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I agree on everything. I absolutely see the Rodgers thing. I have him at 8 just because I think he's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
And I think
that's
he'll
fine.
figure it
You got to
out.
respect. You got to respect what he's done and who he is.
Absolutely. Tier 5 starts at 15, ends at
Wait, 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 wait,
21.
wait, 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 wait. Let me kick off tier five. Let me kick off tier five.
Ooh, okay.
All right, so my tier five starts at 15, as does yours, but stops at 23.
Ooh,
Okay.
okay. Okay. I'm intrigued
The
now.
beginning of this tier, I will admit, and the reason I wanted to go through mine first is I clustered these three players together for a reason.
Okay.
I believe in the upside, and I think that any of these three players might end up being high tier four caliber, if not one or two sneaking up to tier three caliber. I believe in the upside of all three for different reasons. Um, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Trey
Mm.
Lance. I almost wanted to make them their own tier because I really do think of them in a very, very similar fashion. I just don't see them being head and shoulders above the rest. And looking at it right now, actually, no, you know what? That is my tier five. I've just changed my tier five on the fly. Those three are tier five by themselves. I believe in all three in terms of they're going to make mistakes, they're going to have some down games, but they are all going to be they're going to be put in positions to put up numbers. I don't know that it's going to look good. I don't know that it's going to be efficient. The Jags are going to be bad. The Bears better than the Jags, but pretty bad. Trey Lance is interesting because he is going to be on what could be a very good team, but I think
Yes.
he will be at the center of that with his running ability. I think
Yep.
that Trey Lance running for 750 yards and 6 to 8 touchdowns is completely
I
within
think it's right
play.
there. I think it's right there.
Which at that point, if he even throws for 3K and finishes, I don't know, 18 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, that's still going to add up really, really well. I just really like those three and what they could become. I admit there is some risk, which is why they're in tier five. In an ideal situation, anyone from tier five down, I want as a QB2, maybe, but
Maybe.
ideally, I want them as I'm going to keep them on my bench. I'm going to see what the upside is. And if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, so be it. I really think that you should be choosing your quarterbacks from those first four tiers, if at
Okay.
all possible.
Got you. My tier 5 starts with Justin Fields, Trey Lance.
My
In that
man,
order.
my man.
I have Trevor Lawrence at QB 28.
Ooh,
Um,
ooh.
so I Jacksonville is going to be bad. And I don't know who his outlets are. I don't know who he gets the ball to. There's like we're in the NFL. This isn't Clemson where your talent is just going to surpass everything and get you
That's
there.
fair. That's fair.
I just feel like they're going to be bad, man. I like Christian Kirk
I think they're going
as
to
a
win 6 or 7 games.
as a
They're not going
number
to be good. They're not going to be good, but they're
man,
not going to be terrible. Urban was
man.
a cancer.
He was.
Like
He
just
was
removing
terrible.
him from the
He
building
was
does
terrible.
immense things for the spirit.
Right, right. It gets
Like
him to four or
nobody
five
liked that
wins.
dude. Like nobody actually came out. People came out and were like, he was a good
Nobody liked
coach,
him.
and nobody was like, he's a good
Nobody
dude.
liked him.
There was nobody who came out like he was a good dude, and I'm gonna miss him. Not a single person.
Nobody liked him. Nobody
Think
liked him.
about the person you dislike most at work. There was somebody that loved him, but nobody liked Urban
No
Meyer.
one.
Nobody.
No single human at that. Nobody liked him. Nobody misses him.
You know
Nobody
what?
in college wants him either because
Trevor
he's been
Lawrence
out
seems
there
like
and now he's there.
Trevor Lawrence seems like one of the most likable people possible. Like legitimately,
He
I
does seem like
hate
a good
how
dude.
likable he is. He didn't like Urban Meyer.
Not
Think
one
about
bit.
that.
Not
Think
one bit,
about
man.
that.
Not one bit.
Like
That's like Ted Lasso not liking you, being like Ted. You know what I'm saying? Like Ted Lasso was like Urban. Um, yeah. So I feels at 15. I will say this about Lawrence: if ETN is what you think he's going to be, I think he jumps way, way, way up. I 100% see that opening up everything for them. Um,
exactly.
so Fields 15, Lance 16. I have Tua in this here just because he had like Tua's at 17 for me because there's just so much around him. If he can't be a top 17 quarterback with all this around him, then we need to see, well, who's the backup in Miami? Teddy B. Bring Teddy B in, bro. Because at this point, what are we doing?
But
What
we
are we
also know
doing
what
here?
Teddy B is. Like
Yeah,
as
but what
much
are
as I
we?
love Bridge, we
Uh,
know exactly what he is.
we do. We know
We
exactly what
know
he is.
exactly what he
We
is.
do. We do. So if he can't be top
You got to give
17,
Tua the full year. You have to.
you
It
have to.
might look terrible, but you have to give him the
He
full
has
year.
Tyreek and Waddle, dude. Like you have to like figure it out to be top
And
17.
Gasicki is
I
really
like
good.
Gasicki.
I really like Gasicki. I would
Yeah,
love him
man.
if Tua wasn't his quarterback.
He's got Mostert finally maybe healthy for 4 games. So we'll see how that goes. I have Matt Ryan, Davis Mills in this tier.
Ooh, ooh,
I
ooh, ooh,
I
ooh.
like I don't think Davis Mills sucks, bro. I don't think Davis
I don't
Mills is
either.
bad
Please
at
note that I don't
all.
think he's bad and
I
doesn't suck, but
really don't.
wait, so
I
where
th-
is that for you? Like 20?
Davis Mills is at 16, 17, 18, 19. Um, Davis Mills is QB 19 for me.
Wow.
I don't think Davis Mills is bad at all, B.
I don't either.
I think
I
he's gonna
don't
have a
either.
nice little
Here's my thing. How are you
low
going to
end
drop
QB two.
Lawrence the way you did because you think they're going to be bad, but you don't feel that way about the Texans?
I think Brandon Cooks is gonna be that good. I really like Brandon Cooks this year.
I do too.
And
Okay.
they're always gonna be behind, like always.
So are the Jags.
I think Jacksonville is gonna be like in weird, like they're gonna be in
They're gonna
games
be.
weirdly.
They're always in weird games. Like they just get.
Yeah,
All right. Fair
yeah,
enough. Fair enough.
yeah. I think Davis Mills is gonna be
Okay.
sneaky good. I have
Okay.
and then the last two I have Jameis and I have Zach Wilson here in this tier as well. Um,
So the belief in Zach Wilson, because you mentioned earlier in one of
yeah,
the shows that you think the Jets offense is going to be
it's gonna be
surprisingly
good.
competent, is
I
how
do,
I think you put it.
I do.
Why? Just curious, not disputing, just
Um,
curious.
just because they had flashes last year. Zach Wilson had flashes of okay, he can play in this league.
He has the arm. He has
They
the arm.
added another really good young receiver in Garrett Wilson. I think Elijah Moore takes a step forward. I like that backfield a lot. They can all come out the backfield, catch the ball well. I
And I
think his
like Ty
arm talent.
Johnson as just
Yeah,
kind of sprinkled in with the other two. Yeah, I
yeah,
like that backfield.
yeah. Um, and I just think they addressed the offensive line, so I think Zach's going to have more time than he's had last year. I just think this puts him at QB 21. The other guys behind him, I just don't. I feel like the upside plus the base that Zach Wilson's going to get, bottom tier 5 QB 21 felt right for me. I just think that Jets offense is going to be a lot more competent, um, and a little more efficient than people give it credit for.
I see the upside with Wilson. I just see immense downside, so I just couldn't include him in this tier.
Yeah,
Um, at this point, I'm still giving quarterbacks that if I need to play them, I'm comfortable playing them. I don't know that I feel comfortable going into a week with Zach Wilson yet. I'm going to have to see
yeah.
it for a couple weeks. I do see the upside because he does have the arm. We'll see. We'll see. I just don't believe it in quite the same way you do.
Okay.
So you're at 21 through tier five.
That's 21 through tier 5.
All right, so my tier six, because of the way that I
What you
cut
made
tier
on the
five,
fly. Yeah.
yeah. My tier six is a touch larger. My tier six starts with Tua, but
Okay.
I have him at 18. I don't feel great about it because I just don't think he's very good, but it's hard to ignore the fact that everything is set up for him to succeed.
It is,
Everything.
dude.
There's no excuse for him not to be good this year. He has the weapons. The line isn't great, but they've made some improvements. He's going to have a better run game.
Yep.
It's now or never for Tua.
Like this year, or that's it, bro.
And I think that he can be a mediocre quarterback and still put up good fantasy numbers just because he has the weapons to do so. Um,
Do you think this is a
after
Jimmy Garoppolo spot? Since we're talking about Miami, do you think Garoppolo? Do you think that's the place where he goes?
I'd like the fit,
Okay.
I think they have to give Tua the year. I
Yeah.
truly believe they have to give Tua the year because right now, I don't think Tua's good. I don't think he's going to be a good NFL quarterback. I
Okay.
don't know that he can't be. That's the thing.
Okay.
We don't know. You need to give him this year. They took him fifth, if I'm not mistaken, And more to the point, they took him just before Justin Herbert. You better give him every opportunity to prove he's the guy before you're going with Jimmy Garoppolo. Um, However, if Jimmy were starting there, I'd feel a lot better about that team and their potential.
I
So
like.
there's that too.
I
Um,
agree.
with a rookie head coach, I just don't think that they're going to need to go all in on winning in that sort of way immediately. I think that they can build incrementally. They need to find out if Tua's the guy or not.
Yeah.
After Tua, a guy that I don't believe you've mentioned yet, a guy that I am much higher on than consensus, and I've mentioned it at least once on one of these shows. I have Marcus Mariota, 19.
Okay. I'm
The
surprised you don't have him
only,
higher
the only,
with what you said.
well, there's the downside of week 10. They're not very good. Maybe they want to see the young.
Yep.
Like that exists. I just think Marcus Mariota in that offense, he's going to look about as close as we thought he was. Not he's not going to look like the number 2 pick in the draft, but he's going to look about as good as we think he could possibly look. Um, I don't think it's going to lead to wins. I think Atlanta is going to be bad, but I think he's going to put up numbers. And I like QBs who also give me rushing value. And I think he's
Okay.
going to give you a lot of rushing value this year. I have Jameis right behind him. He's going to be productive enough. Jameis is one of those guys you don't really want him, but if you have him, he'll get you through.
Okay.
Um, I'm higher on Mac Jones than you are. I don't necessarily see huge upside. I just don't see much downside either. I think that the baseline is really nice with Mac Jones.
What number
I
is Mac
have
for you?
Mac is 21.
I have him at 23.
Um, I have Matt Ryan next.
Okay.
He's fine. 40-degree day. He's fine. He's cool. Um, Ryan Tannehill,
Mm,
high variance Matt Ryan, really. He's fine.
yeah.
There are going to be good weeks. There are going to be bad weeks. Matt Ryan's probably going to be a little more consistent, but you get those random games where Ryan Tannehill looks good, and he actually looks really, really good. He's going to have enough of those that the numbers look okay. The last one in this tier is I don't feel good about it. I will not take him on a single one of my teams under any circumstances. If I need to leave the QB spot blank, I will leave it blank. I will not play this man. Um, but because we don't know for sure if and how long he's suspended for, the talent can't be ignored. You have to account for Deshaun Watson. I feel like at 24, 32 man, 32 team league, 24 seems about right as far as where you account for him. I hope he is suspended for the year. I truly hope I do not see him playing football this year. But
Yeah.
I also think that Goodell is going to punk out and cap it at about 8 games.
8 games,
And
right?
if he does, those last 8 games of the season, Watson can win you some weeks. I can't deny the talent. I just don't think shit of the man, and I will not have him on one of my teams. But y'all rock how y'all want to rock. If you want to put him on your roster, hey, we're all in this to win, and he's going to put up numbers. I get it.
Yeah. My tier six pro- stretches from 22 to 31,
Hmm.
and everything about this tier I hate. Um, which means I'm probably gonna have to roster one of these dudes in probably every salary cap. This is my QB2 salary cap tier. This is the one right here. This is
I told you, you don't value quarterback. You're talking earlier. You said you're going
um
to value it this year, and now you're admitting you are not truly going to value it. All
in
you're
one
saying is you
league.
value QB1.
I
You
will say
value your
this:
QB1,
I
and then
do
you don't
value my
care.
QB1. I do value
Then
my
you just
QB
want a
one.
pulse. Then you
I
want a
do. I
pulse.
do. That's going to change in every league except for the one I'm broken that we're in. I'm broke, baby. What do you want me to do about it? You know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing about it. So this is my I'm broke, baby league QB2 tier. That's what I named it right here. Leading off, my man Jared Goff at 22. I have Mac Jones here. I have Mitch
Okay.
Trubisky here. I just think well, Mitch has weapons, dude, and I think Mitch
Mitch
is
has
good.
more upside than I think you're giving him credit
Yeah,
for. I don't have him ranked higher than you, so I'm not giving him enough credit too. But I see the upside.
right.
He's still
I do too.
Mitch.
I do
I
too.
think he's going to be better than Ben last year, though. I think Ben was truly
One
awful.
hundred percent. 100%. I got Mitch. I got Baker here just because they're gonna
What
pay
number's
him.
Baker? What number's
Baker
Baker?
is 23, 24, 25
Wait,
for
wait,
me
wait,
for
wait. Are
Baker.
they going to pay him? Like pay him? Pay him?
I feel like they might, bro. I feel like they might pay Baker because you think DJ Moore, like we both think DJ Moore is going to be really good. I think Baker's throwing him the ball. I think Robbie Anderson's not going to be terrible because he was just running wind sprints out there with
No,
Darnold.
I don't have
And
a
then you got
problem with.
McCaffrey, bro.
No, no, I don't
It all
have
comes down
any
to McCaffrey.
problem with the ranking of Baker because he's in what, like the 25 range for you,
He's
give or take.
25. He's
I have no
25.
problem with the ranking. Um, I admittedly have him a bit lower, but I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
You think they're gonna pay him though?
Somebody's going to pay him. Somebody's going to eventually pay Baker
No,
Mayfield.
no, no, no,
I
no,
see
no,
it
no. Not
100%,
really.
bro.
Not really.
I do.
Baker's gonna get one of those 1 for 8 to 10 million deals where it's like you got to prove some shit to us.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. So
Here's the thing with Baker, and
he's not good.
he's not very good, but he is also not likable. Quarterback is one of those positions where you either need to be everybody's best friend or you need to be the motherfucking man when you walk in the building and everybody sits up straight. They don't like Baker.
I
Nobody
think they
likes
see.
him.
I think he
Nobody
sees that
likes
now,
him.
and he's gonna try to overdo it. He's be like, "Yo, listen,
He sees
Christian.
it now. He sees it now. Did you see the way he
Yeah,
was talking on his way out of Cleveland? The arrogance to it, almost like y'all lost. Come on, man. Just
no,
go on
bro,
about your way.
no,
Just go on. Just
no.
go.
The
Just
dude that's
go.
replacing you is a full cretin, and that's why he's not, and that's why it's not even bigger. We wouldn't. You would have gone so soon if Watson was fine. You would have been gone so much earlier, my guy. But Watson's out
No,
here
no.
being
The
the ill
reason he
creep.
wasn't no, the reason he wasn't gone earlier is because nobody wanted him.
Oh damn,
Everybody looked around the league and was like,
Baker.
"We can get this guy." Think about it. We can get a former first overall pick for like a third round pick. Josh Rosen got flipped for a first that next year.
Josh
Think about
Rosen.
that. Josh Rosen. And everybody looked at Baker and was just like, nah.
Nah, I'm
In
good.
a year where none of the quarterbacks were considered elite, nobody
Yeah,
wanted Baker.
I'm cool. I have Baker at 25. I I got Daniel Jones at 26, man.
I'm not gonna
Just
laugh at your boy tonight. I've laughed at him too much on these shows.
I got Daniel Jones because why not, bro? Because he's better than Carson Wentz, I guess. Fuck I'm not.
That
I'm
needs to be
not
the
putting.
slogan for New York this year. Daniel Jones. Why not?
Why not, bro? Daniel Jones. All right. Um, I don't listen. I don't know if y'all saw the new starter shit that the Giants are coming out with. Like
Oh,
they
that
got the
shit's
starter
fly.
jackets with
Yeah, nah.
the full
Like
starter, like top
the
with the
Giants
bottom with the
marketing
pants.
is
Shit.
about to be dope.
Yo,
It is about they're going to look
yo.
really good while they lose games.
If you don't think I'm gonna be out here with that, and I'm gonna try to like rent me like an '88 Saab with the gold BBSs, just to be in one of them starter track suits with the
It
three
won't be
gold
in a Dave
chains.
Jones jersey though.
Oh no,
It
it's gonna
won't
be.
be in.
It's just gonna be one of them start. No, it's just gonna be like a starter suit. They got the top and the bottom matching starter joints. Carl Banks had one on. I'm about to be
Yeah, yeah.
yo.
Yo, do they have one with the whoosh material? You know the whoosh.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one.
Yo,
That's the one. I'm sending you the picture as soon as we leave here.
fire,
As soon as we dip, I'm
fire.
showing you exactly the one because I'm not going.
Hey,
You know,
hey, hey, you
that
got to
shit
get
is the
yourself right to
cleanest,
go
bro.
lose.
It's
You
the
got to get yourself
cleanest, bro.
right. Yes,
Look at
yes, yes,
me.
yes,
Look at
yes.
me rising above and ignoring you. So we got Carson Wentz afterward. we got Carson Wentz because
Whatever.
I'm not putting him above Daniel Jones. That's why. That's why. That's why.
To
Trevor
be
Lawrence.
fair, I do not have Carson Wentz. Oh, actually, I do, but we'll get to that. Damn,
See, you are
damn. I
petty
really thought that I had
shit,
him
my
below.
guy.
I'm sorry.
Damn. Like you the pettiest nigga in the world. Trevor Lawrence. I got Tannehill here. I have Mariota here just because I think week 6, 7 they start looking at the kid.
I don't think he's ready. That's the thing. I think they got the one that was least ready to come in and actually play this year. I really think it.
I just
Honestly, he needs a full year,
I
but we'll
just
see.
week 6 or 7 for me, man. Like I don't know. I don't
Fair
know.
enough.
I don't
That's
know.
fair. That's fair.
Um, who do I
And that
got?
takes you to how
Yeah,
many?
Drew Lock.
How many in this tier?
Oh my man, for then Drew Lock I have after Mariota because
Okay.
I wanted to put Drew Lock last on my list, but I can't because he's starting and he's got DK and Tyler Lockett to throw the ball to. And
So who's last? Or is that next tier?
no, I wanted to put Drew Lock last on my overall list. Period.
Oh,
Like I just wanted to mention him last, but I can't because he's starting and he's got DK and Lockett. I
all
just
right.
think. Uh, and that's it. And which means I'm probably starting Drew Lock at QB2 in my I'm broke baby league. Like I already see the vision. I already see it. I already see it. I'm going Josh Allen, Drew Lock, and I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it work.
Nah, because if you do that, see, here's the thing, and I get what you're saying. The reason I don't think that you will allow that to happen is because you see the large picture and you know
I
where
do.
that leads, and where that
Yeah.
leads is ultimately trading Josh for two good, not great quarterbacks, and that's just
I
going to
know.
hurt your soul. So you got to do
Yeah.
better than Drew Lock.
I'm not doing Drew Lock. I know. It's
Plus,
probably
it's
gonna be
Drew
me.
Lock.
It's
He
probably
would
gonna be
have
me and my man Golf or something, man.
honestly,
Me
Josh
and my
Allen,
man.
Jared Goff. You could do worse. You
I
could
could
do
do
worse
worse. I could do
because
worse.
you could have
Me?
Danny Jones. You could
I've
have
done
Danny
worse.
Jones. You could have Danny Jones. Um. All right. So
Shit, man.
that was your tier 6 or 7.
That's tier 6. That gets me to
Okay. So
31 guys.
all right, my tier 7 is going to take me to 31.
Okay.
Tier 7, these are guys. If you are picking a starting quarterback from this group, you have messed up. Unless if it is a 2 QB league. If it's a 2 QB league, I get it. Like things move fast.
Yes.
Sometimes you just get stuck. It happens. If you are in a traditional 1 QB league, or even
Oh,
if you are in a super flex league,
Superflex. You shouldn't.
Superflex, not so much. Not so much. If you are in a traditional 1 QB league, I truly believe there's no reason you shouldn't have a top 15, 16 quarterback.
100%.
But if you are down here in a 1 QB league, you deserve what you get. Like
100%.
you deserve what you get. Just to be
You
clear,
should.
like
You shouldn't be playing this game.
you can devalue quarterback because they're so you have so many. But if you're down at this point and trying to get somebody who's going to start for you, you have messed up.
Mm-mm.
Or you know the ultimate sleeper, and at the end of the year, we're going to have to tip our cap to you and your greatness. But even then, if you were smart enough to figure that out, you wouldn't risk your entire
You
season on
wouldn't
it
risk
because
your
you're smart
season on
enough to
it.
know that you can't trust it.
These are
My t-
streamable. These are like streamable quarterback
exactly,
bye week.
exactly.
Pick
Bye
one
week.
up. I got to get through it.
I got an injury. I just need to get through a week or two. I have Mitchell Trubisky at the top of this one.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be not good, but decent. He's going to
he'll
be
be
all right.
fine.
He'll be all right. He got some weapons. I have Zach Wilson here. I do see the upside. I just see more downside than you. You had Davis Mills, I believe, in tier 4. This is where I have Davis Mills.
I had Davis Mills in tier 5.
Tier 5. Okay, fair enough.
Yep.
This is where I have Davis Mills.
Okay.
I like him more than I thought I would like him, but I don't want him. Like, but I like him more than I thought I would like him.
Yeah.
I still think Brandon Cooks is going to be really good with them. I just don't think that team is going to be very good. I
Okay.
don't think they're going to. I just keep Texans players other than Brandon Cooks off of my rosters. That's just kind of how I feel about it. I do, however, like him more than the next two on my list, which are Jared Goff and Carson Wentz. I don't
Okay.
think they're good, but I think they're going to start the whole year. So if you're in a deeper league, 2 QB, Superflex league, I think they are worth having on a roster. You should not leave them on waivers, but you don't really want to play them either.
Yep.
Um, then I have Baker at 30. Then I have Daniel Jones at 31. Daniel Jones is the last person I think is a viable person to have on your roster. I do not think you should be rostering any of the names I'm going to mention going forward. I do think those names are names you should keep in the back of your head if something breaks right.
Got you. Got you. That makes sense to me. Tier 7, 4 players. Starts at 32. Jacoby Brissett,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Jimmy Garoppolo,
Mm-hmm.
Desmond Ritter, and Sam Darnold. That's my tier 7. Because I
That's
feel
fair.
like because I feel like all these guys are gonna play. I feel wherever Jimmy goes, I think he's playing this year. Um,
I agree,
I don't know
especially since
where,
his
but I
agent
feel
is
like
actually
yeah,
helping facilitate a trade. Definitely.
100%. I feel like wherever he goes, he's playing.
Here's the
Brissett,
thing: why weren't the Panthers more patient? Because I would so much rather have
that
Jimmy
would
than
make
Baker.
so much sense,
Why
dude.
weren't they more patient? Because
DJ
I really
Moore
think
would have
that
been like top
I,
6 for me with Jimmy there, or
he would have
something
been
like
top
that.
10. He would have been
Six,
top
seven,
10.
yeah, yeah. Like DJ would have been great there, because one thing Jimmy can do is he can support a big time player and get him the ball and get him
Jimmy's
numbers.
not terrible. Like he's
No,
not the guy, but he's not terrible either. Like Jimmy is a solid NFL starting quarterback. He's not great. He's not bad. He's not even a 40-degree day, maybe 48,
yeah,
50, maybe.
yeah, yeah.
Like
I
he's
see that.
cool.
I see
You don't
that.
think much of it, but he's fine.
Yeah, I have Ritter and then Darnold. I think Ritter plays. at least half the season.
I
Because
figured that based on you naming him.
Atlanta just needs to see what they have with them. You have to see because going into next year's draft, where the quarterbacks coming out are monsters,
You need to know if Ritter is
you need
worth
to
it or
know if
not.
Ritter's that guy.
I just
And
don't
then
think he's ready. And the
yeah,
thing is, I think in 2 to 3 years he very well might be. And I think Atlanta might mess up and think he's not ready based on the fact that I think he will look
and then
bad if
move
he
him.
plays
Yep,
this year.
yep.
Um, he needs the time, but the league is what it is. He's going to play probably.
100%. And then Darnold, I don't know, like it's the
Who's
whole
to say?
Baker.
Who's to say that Baker's any better?
Who's to say that Baker's any better? And they go back to Darnold, and
At
that's it.
least Darnold knows the offense.
Right. This is you play Brissett until like you have Watson on your team. You take Brissett, you ride that out until Watson comes. That's the only reason why Jacoby Brissett should be anywhere near your starting lineup. It's because
So
you have Watson.
here's my thought. Depending on what happens with Watson, because I like to think of things like how can I use this piece later.
Hmm.
This sounds bad, but if he's on the board later and somebody made a heavier investment in Watson than they should have, I'm taking Brissett just to hold him hostage
Just to
in
move him.
trade. Um, I think I will get more value than wherever I got him. So I think he is draftable in that regard.
Hmm.
It's just one of those things where if he's starting, even a deeper league, I don't really feel great
Hmm.
about it. I don't want to play him, but things happen.
You get in the right league, you can get Brissett for a James Cook type
So,
thing
so
because they need it. Yeah.
if you named Brissett and Darnold for the reasons you did,
Yep.
why not Geno Smith or Tyrod Taylor?
The Giants are going to go out of their way to see if Daniel Jones is the guy. They're just going to go out of their way.
We don't know for Tua. We know for Jones.
We
Jones is
know.
not the guy.
You and I know. They don't know, bro. They don't know. I live here.
Remind me the name
They
of
don't
your new
know.
GM. Remind me the name of your new GM.
Joe Schoen. He's a smart guy.
He seems like
He
a smart guy. He
Ryan
knows. He might not
Ryan.
be able to say it, but he knows.
Well, if
He
he knew, he would have
knows.
taken a quarterback. He would have taken, unless
There wasn't a quarterback worth that kind of investment.
just start
He
Tyrod.
knows that it's.
Please just
He
start
knows that
Tyrod. Just start Tyrod.
Tyrod. Tyrod is going. If he played, the Giants would be better.
Just start Tyrod. I will say this forever. Just start Tyrod, bro. We know Jones isn't it, but like no, we can have him. We got all the weapons for him. We've got the right
You had a bunch of
coordinator.
weapons last
We're
year.
gonna be fine. No, we didn't have the weapons like we do now. And now Saquon's healthy. We've got the right coordinator for him. We're gonna give him all the opportunity to ruin Allen's life. Um, and then and that's where we are. That's it. That's what we're doing. You see,
Do
even a
you
chair behind me. I got
do
pain
you
everywhere, bro.
do you
Pain
have
is everywhere.
another? Do you have another tier? Or is that it for you?
I have one more tier. Yes,
All
five
right.
more guys in my last tier.
My tier. This is my last tier. Tier 8. The only starting quarterback that is not above this, or that wasn't in tier 7 or up, Drew Lock. I don't think he's good, but he's going to start. He's in this tier with people that I think might not play. That's how little I think of Drew Lock this year. Um,
Yo, he's
Jimmy
got DK and
Garoppolo.
Lockett, man. Like he's
Jimmy
got,
Garoppolo is here, but the moment he gets traded, depending on the situation, he may shoot up to a
he may
tier
shoot up.
6, maybe late tier 5. Like I actually think Jimmy is a decent quarterback. Nothing to get excited for, but I get why San Francisco is going to play Trey Lance, obviously, given what they did to get him. But Jimmy wasn't terrible. Like, look, Jimmy walked into Dallas, and he was really no worse than Dak Prescott in that game. He wasn't good, but he really wasn't that much worse than Dak Prescott in that game.
Right.
We've seen him win big games, and the moment's not too big for him. If he goes to the right spot, he can be productive. Jacoby Brissett, for everything you said,
Yep.
Sam Darnold, Tyrod Taylor, I basically have them all lumped in. I also have Geno Smith lumped in right here, not
Okay.
far from Drew Lock because I'm not sure that Geno's not better than Drew Lock. Drew Lock's not good.
He's not. He's not
Like
good.
he's really, really, really not good.
He's not good.
I have Desmond Ritter here. I think they're
Okay.
going to play him. I don't think they should, but keep an eye on him. Kenny Pickett. If Mitch is the Mitch I think he's going to be, we won't see Pickett this year, but you never know with Mitch. Mitch has shown himself capable of being really bad. So, he might play. And the last one I have here, I think it's entirely possible by week 6, Carson Wentz gets benched and Taylor Heineke takes back over because Carson Wentz is terrible. And in this city, the passion is gone in a way that it's honestly depressing. No, 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 no. This isn't even me clowning. This isn't rivalry talk. This is me and somebody who lives here telling you. When Washington is good, there's an energy to the city that you can't recreate, and it's a beautiful thing to see. Even though I hate that franchise,
There was an
there's
RG3
none of that.
feel when he was
There
good.
was there was none
Yeah.
of there was none of that. I think that even they know that once is bad, and they're trying to talk themselves into it. But once they see it a few Sundays,
It's gonna
and
hurt.
they remember the fact that he was an Eagle, they're going to come down on him hard. And it might just become untenable. Like, for as funny as it sounds, the city likes Heineke. They like
They
Heineke here.
do.
They like him.
They do.
The white underdog quarterback, oh, they like that. They're here for that. They are
Rudy.
here for that.
Rudy. Yeah.
Exactly. Look, hey, I saw Taylor Heineke go blow for blow with Tom Brady in the playoff game.
Yeah.
They
100%.
can never take that from him. They can never take it from him.
They can.
So I think
He's
he's
the
at
man in
least
his
worth
city.
keeping an eye on. If you have the misfortune of needing to roster Carson Wentz, I would make
Yeah.
a point of taking a flyer on Heineke.
Tier 8 for me, 5 guys. I have Tyrod here. That's just my prayer to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ that we can just start Tyrod. Um, I have Deshaun Watson here because fuck Deshaun Watson, and I still am gonna hold out hope that he gets a year. But if he doesn't, I have him here, and then I'll just fling him on up to tier 4 or something like that, just
I just
because
don't like
he's
it.
super done
He
talented.
he is
I
dumb.
understand.
Nobody's saying he can't play quarterback.
He's just a
He
creep,
can
bro.
play quarterback.
He's just a
He's
herb. Nah, I'm not doing it. So I got
24
Deshaun.
women. Like, I'm supposed to believe all of them have the same thoughts on you, even
He
though
has
they don't know each other.
66 claims against him, bro. 66.
My
There
dog
was
just started barking as you
there
said
were
that.
66 instances, bro.
Bruh,
66
like, you get your hair cut every 2, 3 weeks, whatever it
every
is.
2 weeks. We out here.
I ima-
Saturday, what's
I
up, my guy?
I imagine you go to the same person
Every time.
because you like that person. The
That's my
person does you
man's.
right. Exactly. Most people are that way with whoever does their nails, their eyebrows, their hair, whatever it is.
That's it.
But this masseuses, same thing. Most people, they find someone they like, they
100%.
keep going to them. Why do I want to? Why do I want to explain how?
Not 66 different masseuses, bro.
I'm supposed to believe it.
66 different ones. Come on, my guy.
Yeah,
Come on,
fuck
bro.
that dude. Fuck that dude.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
Deshaun Watson.
Yep. Yep. He's in tier 8 for me.
I'm
Um,
sorry.
Kenny
Whatever.
Pickett, I got here for the same thing. I think Mitch plays the year. Um,
Fair.
but you know how they
You never
get. They
know.
they,
You never
they
know.
drafted him.
If
Steelers
he,
might
if
the
Mitch,
Steelers
if this,
might low key be not good. The Steelers might on the low not be good.
and but if Mitch is decent, they might actually be good. They're one of those teams I don't know what to make of.
No,
I don't
I
know
don't
what to
either
make of them.
because they got talent.
They do.
Um, I got Geno Smith, and then my last guy is Teddy Bridgewater because I think, like, I know you said they have to give two of the year,
I think they do.
but they've
That's
done
just my
like
thought.
they've seen a lot of it, man.
It's two
They
years,
they've seen a lot.
dude. Daniel Jones heading into year 5, or no? Or is this year 4? Is this year
This
4?
is I don't
This
know,
year 4.
bro.
This year 4. This year
It
4.
feels like year 12. That's how it feels. Feels like year 12. He's the yo. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. I've been restrained for a while. I'm not gonna do
Your
this, bro.
pain brings me joy, and I
He
feel bad
is
about that because you want
so.
mans.
He is so guard. Daniel Jones, bro.
He
Like
fell. The way
every
he
time he
fell
walks
is
out
one
on the
of the more
field, my
priceless things I've
guy,
ever
and I'm
seen.
looking, and I'm an irrational Eli guy. Like I'm irrational about how great, but Eli, everybody's like, no, he's got Eli. No, Eli's arm talent coming out of college was unbelievable. He was unbelievable arm talent. He played so long that people forgot, but he was an
Eli
excellent,
was the more physically talented man, brother.
yes,
He wasn't the better
one
quarterback, but he was more
one
physically talented.
hundred percent. And Eli had a oh, when this all puts together for Eli, he's terrifying.
But
Nobody wanted to
you,
play against him.
look, I don't want to shout out Eli, but I got to say this out of respect now that he's gone and I don't got to deal with him against my
Yeah.
team. Everyone talks about the helmet catch and that throw, and it was amazing. The throw to Manningham,
Manningham,
the
bro.
next
The
Super Bowl.
Manningham throw.
That is a
So
throw not many guys can even dream of completing.
it's the single
Daniel
best.
Jones,
I
Daniel
don't care.
Jones,
I don't care what
he doesn't
anybody
know
says.
that throw exists. He
It's
doesn't
the
know that
single
throw
best throw
exists.
I've ever seen. And yes, maybe I'm biased. It's the single
You
best
are biased, but it's an incredible throw.
because
It's an incredible
because
throw.
of
It's an incredible
because
throw.
of this is driving to win the Super Bowl against the Patriots again in your own end zone.
It's
You
not
have
better
to
than
make that.
Ben's versus Arizona. It's not better than Ben's versus Arizona.
Was
It's not
Antonio
better than
in?
Ben.
Was
I'm sorry?
Antonio in? What was Antonio? Is it in or out? You ask Arizona guys, they say Antonio was out, bro. That's all I'm
Dude,
saying.
dude, dude.
Manny, that's all I'm saying. No, no,
Arizona fans are the same people trying to
that Ben
convince
throw was
me, a Mavericks fan, that I should not talk about the fact that they were down 40 at home in game seven. I don't give a damn what an Arizona
40,
fan got to say. I
40.
don't give a
They
damn.
were
I think that Santonio was in. I think that is the single best throw in NFL history, even though
that
I hate the
throw.
person who threw it.
That throw was
Regardless,
incredible.
Daniel Jones should not be compared to Eli Manning, is the
No,
general point I am making.
that yeah, oh my god, that
That
Manningham
is,
throw
that's
and the
silly.
catch. Mario, what's up? And the catch was unbelievable. But that throw, oh my god, like that's just you can't compare him to my man, two-time Super Bowl, hopefully Hall of Famer Eli Manning, when Daniel Jones can't like he can't finish a touchdown run, dog. Anyway, um,
Your pain brings me such joy. It's
so
going to be a great Thanksgiving because we've never had one of these that I
oh
remember. I
my
don't
god,
remember us playing on Thanksgiving before.
I don't either.
I don't. I don't. How do I
That
feel?
one.
You know, we're playing like three leagues together. I truly hope we were playing against each other in one of those leagues Thanksgiving week two. Oh, just make it spicier. Like, let's get wild with it.
Oh shit! Listen,
Dallas going to
uh,
embarrass me in front of company again. I know
I
what's going to
hope
happen.
so. Oh my
They're
god,
going to embarrass me in front
if
of
we
company.
went on Thanksgiving in front of Papa in front of like Papa
I'm
Ace,
blocking your number. I'm blocking your number.
because I'm
Don't
gonna be
text
at the
me.
table with Papa
Don't
Ace.
don't
Like,
don't text me.
wait, hold on, we up? I'm like, yo, what's good? How's your dinner good? Everything come out nice? But no, we're losing by 20. Um, what? I guess since our rankings are done, like depending on scoring wise, like what do you like to do at quarterback depending on where the scoring lands? Because you have
Um,
some leagues that, your 4 points per touchdown, two interception, 25 yard, just because quarterback can put up those numbers. But then you have these 6 point per touchdown leagues. You have guys splitting the difference with five. You have the 20 yards. Yahoo
so
defaults to 10 yards.
yeah, so I run in two long-standing leagues in Yahoo. Shout out my guy Steph, the bane of my existence in fantasy, but a very very smart player. You ain't gonna get no more love than that though. Anyway, he switched us over to Yahoo in a league we've done for years. I don't know, 5 6 years ago, and their scoring is wild. I don't know how many
Okay.
people run in Wild Yahoo, but it is routine that QB score twice as much as anybody else that's rostered, and it's a super flex. So in a league like that, quarterback has a value that is unlike anything else that I've played. So if you're in a league where you have the opportunity to play two quarterbacks, you need to treat quarterback almost as though it's running back, where you're looking at it
Okay.
like I want one of the top guys. I want to get two of the top 10, top 15, whatever the case may be.
Okay.
If you're playing in a more traditional league, I'm very much a believer in you could wait on quarterback. If
Okay.
you're running one QB and it's, let's say you're playing a snake league, I'm not really considering quarterback before fifth round, maybe
Fifth round for me.
sixth.
Yep.
Um, but if you're inclined to say I want Josh Allen, for example, I'm not going to knock you if you want to take him at the top of the second. I just don't think it's the proper value in a traditional scoring league with
Okay.
one QB. So the lineup setup has as much to do with it as any. Two QB leagues are becoming more in vogue from what I'm seeing, so
Yep.
you should value it accordingly. If you are in a two QB league, assume that the run is going to come earlier than you're expecting and plan accordingly. So wherever you
Yeah.
think the run should come, if you think,
Yep.
okay,
Mid to late
fourth
first.
round, it's no, no, no. You need to say, okay, second round. Like it's going to be different. People are going to value it differently. Um, Pay attention to scoring. Like so many people go into drafts thinking only about players, and they don't
Yep.
pay any attention to the
Yep.
actual way that things are scored. I ran in a league last year where I didn't realize until 10 minutes before the draft because I admit I did not look at the scoring. They were running 1.5 points per reception for tight ends. I had no idea until 10
Tight
minutes
end
before the
premium
draft.
leagues. Yeah.
And that completely changed my outlook on, okay, I need to go get one of the main guys immediately. Like, no, 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 no. Third round, let me get a tight end, or third round value, I should say. Let me get a tight end. So pay attention to the scoring, the way that it's scored, and go about things accordingly. Um, I do also believe in look at last year's numbers. Most leagues, if you once you're in the league, if you pull up a certain player, it'll show you how they would have
Yep.
scored according to this league scoring. Pay attention to that and kind of go about things accordingly. It matters. The way it's scored does matter. Do not assume that all leagues are the same. Check. It takes 5 minutes. Look at it. Just check.
100%. Um, in a two quarterback league, how early are you taking Josh Allen since he's in a tier by himself? Is
Are we
he a
talking
first round pick
snake?
for you?
Are we talking snake or auction?
Snake league, snake league, because we'll be doing those just for
Two QB snake
research
league.
purposes.
For the sake of argument, how many teams?
12. Josh, like I can see
I
Josh
think
going
I'm
off
taking him.
at
I
the
think I'm taking
mid
him.
first round.
I was gonna say I think I'm taking him top five, but the thing is, I might. I see the value in taking him first overall. Quite honestly,
Yep.
I think that that is the smart play. Actually,
Yep.
it is just not one I would make because I'm not comfortable doing. But I am
Right.
conservative in the way that I go about these things. Same token, if you're playing the 12-man snake league, you don't take that QB. You're picking number one, for example. Your next pick is number 24. Who's left? Something to consider.
Right.
It would depend on how strongly I feel about running one of the running backs at the top.
Yeah.
So I feel really comfortable with Derrick Henry. I can just plug him and he's going to be awesome. I would
Yeah.
lean towards that,
Yeah.
but I see the value. There.
Henry
Okay, let
Hurts.
me let me
Right.
let me
Right. Like.
rewind.
So look at like Henry
There
and
is
maybe a Hurts.
there is no player other than Henry I
Okay.
would take over Josh Allen in a two QB league. That is the way that I
Okay.
would put it. There is literally no player other than Henry in a two QB league. I think he's the second most valuable player going into the season.
Super flex. You feel the same way?
My superflex leagues are both Yahoo, so yes.
Okay.
In a more traditional scoring setting, I'm not sure that I'd feel as strongly about it.
Okay.
But all the superflex leagues that I've run in the last, I don't know, 5 years have all been Yahoo with the super inflated QB scoring. So in that instance,
Same thing.
absolutely. Um, I'd probably lean towards yes, regardless of scoring, though, quite
Okay.
honestly. Because in a superflex league, my general thought is that's just a two QB league by a different name. That's how I
Yep.
go about it.
Same
I
thing.
have seen people who don't go about it that way. I think that is silly. I think it is incredibly silly, quite honestly. But do what you do. Lose to me, that's fine. I'll take the W.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, in a
It's just
superflex league,
it's
I'm
just smart
inclined to say I
business.
see it the same way. Yeah.
100%. It's smart business. How much of your budget and the salary? We'll touch on this real quick. How much of your budget and the salary cap league are you allocating towards quarterback? So let's say you have the normal mm,
Uh,
200 to 225 budget. Let's say you have a $200 budget, which is the normal for
okay.
salary cap. How much of
hmm
that $200 budget are you allocating towards quarterback
In a one or two QB league,
in a two QB league?
like total to quarterback,
Yeah.
ideally, and this is just me because again, I like balanced rosters. I am coming in hoping that I can cover myself with 60. That is the hope. The reality is QB pricing goes all over the place depending on the people you are drafting with and how they go about it. If I'm playing with a more aggressive bunch, I may on the fly have to decide, all right, to secure the level of quarterbacks I want. I'm going to have to allocate 80 towards that. Um, but I'm hoping to get in and out for 60. That is generally my thought process. It doesn't always work out that way, but if I get set at QB with 60, I know that I'm going to be fine at running back and wide receiver. If I have to spend more than that at QB, then it becomes a little iffy at another spot.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm a. It's just different. I don't in a snake draft. I don't worry about quarterback because I know. Okay. All right. I need to take quarterback here. I can go get one, and there's no cost. Um, I'm probably in a two quarterback league. I'm never take. I'm probably Josh probably goes after Henry, Taylor, and Cup. I would say for me, if I'm doing a full PPR two quarterback or super flex, I think I'll take those three guys over Josh. But I think I'll go Josh Herbert before I go anyone else after that. I do have them 1-2 there. In the salary cap league, I just don't. I don't know. There's just something about positional superiority in these leagues, because the variances of the numbers are just so different. People value things in different ways. I like to get s- huge positional advantages at least two positions. Um, at the very least, running back, because core
The
running back
scarcity, yeah, the
matters. Yeah,
scarcity of
like
it.
core running back. If you have, like we're in a league together where you are keeping Christian McCaffrey and Jonathan
Absolutely.
Taylor. I'm
Wait.
keeping
Hey,
Derrick
shout
Henry.
out to Jeezy. Shout out my man Jeezy for being an
Gabe,
idiot
what up,
last year.
man?
You're
Gabe,
my
my
guy.
guy.
You're my guy. Love you,
Um,
baby.
you know, so you come in with two of your top four. I'm coming in keeping Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler. I feel perfectly fine moving forward with whatever I'll figure out with that core there. And it's a two
That's
quarterback
fair.
league,
That's fair.
but it's just I feel like positional dominance at running back matters in these leagues. That's just how I've always gone off of it.
Thing is, you love running back in a way that skews your view towards things.
It does.
Not to say that it's wrong, right?
It does.
Whatever, but you love to make sure that you stack those running backs.
It does.
Me,
100%.
I am generally more of a I'm good with having a clear RB1 and a clear RB2 situation where there's a gap between them, as long as I feel decent about my RB2.
Yes, you are.
So in a two quarterback league, I want two good quarterbacks. So we went through our tiers, and I will say this in any salary cap league that I'm running in,
You want two from that top
from
three
that
tiers,
from the top four tiers. So
top
I
four
want
tiers.
two from the top 14. That is like my bare minimum. What I'm really thinking is I want two of my top seven. That's the way I'm looking at it going in. Is
Okay.
I want two of my top seven, because at that point I'm thinking, all right, if I got quarterback done, no matter what happens in a quarter in a two QB league, mid-season quarterbacks become more valuable than anything on the trade market.
100%. Yep.
So if I have two quarterbacks going into the year, I fully understand that by mid-season, whatever hole I have, I can take a slight downgrade at quarterback and fix that hole. I know I can do that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just think
I
that
feel
the
you.
I just think that the value you get the second quarterback at before the draft, you'll get more value 6 weeks from then. So it's almost like an investment in your team. Like, okay, I'm going to put this in the bank. I'm going to win these weeks. But if anything goes wrong, I know that I got this in the bank and I can go back to that anytime I need to fix
Anytime I
something
need to
and
go
I'm
to
good.
it. Yep. 100%. I like that. I like that a lot. That's quarterback, man. Like we only have we got tight end coming up next. Tight end's gonna be fun. I started looking at tight end a little bit.
Tight
Tight end's
end,
gonna be
I
very
did I did
interesting.
tight ends today. I actually went through tight ends today. So
Okay.
I'm a it's a more interesting group than I was expecting as a
Yeah,
whole. It
absolutely.
was a more interesting group than I thought it would be.
Absolutely. And there's more guys who I think are gonna be very good on a team than I thought would be too. Like
Hmm.
if this is your tight end, you can really do some damage there. I'm looking forward to getting into that. Quarterback was fun, man. Quarterback was a good one. We appreciate it. Obviously, hit the like button, subscribe, and just always be ready. We're back 2 times a week, man. We'll see y'all back for tight end from my man BQ. Another great one, baby. Appreciate you. All
My
this
man.
Daniel Jones hate, we got to get